Have you ever spent hours writing prompts only to get average results? I used to do the exact same thing. I'd tweak a prompt, generate a video, get disappointed, rewrite it again, and repeat the process over and over. It was frustrating. Then I discovered something that completely changed my workflow. Instead of writing prompts myself, I started using an AI prompt generator that transforms simple ideas into professional video prompts automatically. And honestly, the results were better than anything I was creating manually. In this video, I'll show you exactly how it works and how you can use it to generate higher quality AI videos in a fraction of the time. What's even better is that this tool has 3 different modes, each designed for a different workflow. The first method is perfect for beginners. The second gives you much more creative control. And the third unlocks consistent characters and locations across multiple scenes. If you want the most powerful workflow, stay with me until the end. Let's get started. First, open the AI prompt generator using the link in the description. When you launch it, you'll see a simple interface with a text box in the center. This is where you describe your idea. For example, a street dancer performing under neon lights in a rainy alleyway. From here, you can see recent prompts, if you want to use it again. Next, choose the AI model you're creating for. You can select from Veo, Sora, Kling, Hailuo, Wan Sedence, and several others. This step is important because every AI video model interprets prompts differently. A prompt that performs exceptionally well in one model may produce weaker results in another. By selecting the correct model, the generator automatically structures the prompt specifically for that platform. And here's something really useful. You can generate prompts in 2 different formats: a structured JSON prompt for advanced control, or a simple text prompt that's ready to use instantly. After that, choose the type of content you want to create. You can generate cinematic shots, product, character, B-roll footage, motion graphics, and more. For this example, we'll choose Cinematic Shot. Now click Generate. As you can see, it created a regular text prompt because we chose the normal format. But if you want more structure and control, the JSON option is where things get really powerful. Let's switch to the JSON option and take a closer look at how it works. Within seconds, the tool creates a fully optimized prompt. You'll notice it appears in JSON format. That might look unfamiliar, but there's a reason for it. Most AI video generators internally process prompts in structured formats like JSON. By generating the prompt this way from the start, you're giving the model clearer instructions and improving the final output. Let's take a closer look. The prompt identifies the subject, defines the action, describes the environment, and even specifies camera settings. For example, it generated a wide, low-angle shot using a 35mm lens. That's the kind of technical detail most people never think to include manually. It also creates lighting instructions, color palettes, visual styles, and even negative prompts. Negative prompts tell the AI what to avoid, and they're one of the most effective techniques for improving generation quality. Everything happens in one place. Once you're happy with the prompt, simply click Copy. But here's the interesting part. If you have a paid Higgsfield plan, you can use these prompts directly inside Higgsfield to generate videos. However, if you don't want to spend any money, you can use Google Flow instead. Google Flow gives you 50 free credits every day, which is enough to create around 9-10 videos, totaling 1-2 minutes of content. Now head over to Google Flow and create a new project. This is where we'll start building our video. This setting is extremely important, so pay close attention. Make sure agent mode is turned off. If it's enabled, the results may not match your prompt accurately. Paste your prompt into the input box. If you want more control over the output, you can adjust settings such as video duration and aspect ratio. Now click on video mode. This part is crucial. Make sure video is selected and frames. For aspect ratio, choose 16:9. If you are creating landscape video, you can also generate multiple variations at once, but I'll keep it set to one version for this example. Finally, select the model you want to use. I'm choosing Veo 3.1, which is currently my favorite because of its quality and consistency. The generation will only use 10 credits, and as you can see, Google Flow provides 50 free credits every day, which is more than enough for testing and creating content regularly. Once everything is ready, click Generate. Within a few seconds, your video will be ready. And the results are seriously impressive. The video looks incredibly sharp, with rich details and vibrant cyberpunk lighting that instantly grabs your attention. The breakdance movements feel smooth and natural, while the realistic rain effects add another layer of immersion to the scene. What impressed me most is the camera stability. Even during fast movements, the performer stays perfectly in focus, making the footage feel much more professional. To top it all off, the synth-driven soundtrack blends seamlessly with the visuals, creating a cinematic atmosphere that feels straight out of a sci-fi movie. But let's push things even further. What if we try a completely different idea and create another cinematic shot? This time, I'll enter a new prompt: a mountaineer climbing an icy cliff during a fierce snowstorm. Once again, select Cinematic and click Generate. Now, here's where things get interesting, and the results surprised me. Copy the generated JSON prompt and paste it into Google Flow. But instead of using the previous model, switch to Omni. One of my favorite things about Omni is that it gives you much more control. You can set a custom video duration of up to 10 seconds, which can make a huge difference in the final output. Before generating, make sure you also update the JSON prompt and set the duration to 10 seconds. This small tweak can dramatically improve the cinematic feel of your video. Now comes the real test. Will Omni outperform the previous model? And can a simple JSON prompt actually produce a more cinematic result? Let's generate the video and see the final output for ourselves. The difference might surprise you. The final result looks absolutely stunning. Right away, you'll notice the cinematic image quality, dramatic lighting, and atmospheric effects that make the entire scene feel incredibly immersive. The motion is surprisingly realistic, with natural ice climbing movements and convincing interactions between the climber and the frozen environment. Another standout feature is the camera work. The composition perfectly balances the climber's determination with the enormous scale of the icy landscape, making every shot feel epic and cinematic. The sound design takes it to another level. From the crisp environmental ambience to the synchronized climbing effects, every detail helps sell the realism. But pay close attention to the next example, because that's where you'll see what this model is truly capable of. Now let's test something completely different. Instead of a cinematic character scene, let's see how well it handles a high-speed product shot. This time I'll use the prompt: a black Ferrari supercar racing through a coastal highway at sunset. For this, I'll select Type Product. Generate the prompt, then copy the JSON output and paste it into Google Flow. Just like before, set the duration to 10 seconds in both the JSON prompt and Google Flow. For the model, I'm choosing Omni again because, in my testing, it consistently delivers the best results. I'll also tweak a few additional settings. This generation uses only 15 credits, which is still a great value considering the quality you're about to see. But here's what I'm really curious about. Can this AI create realistic reflections, smooth high-speed motion, and cinematic camera movement that actually looks like a commercial? Let's generate it, and you be the judge. The final result might completely change your expectations. The results look absolutely incredible. The video delivers stunning photorealistic visuals with cinematic lighting and richly detailed environments that feel almost lifelike. Dynamic camera movements, combined with realistic vehicle physics, create an incredible sense of speed and make every shot feel like it came from a high-budget car commercial. The synchronized engine sounds bring everything together, adding the final layer of realism and making the entire sequence feel truly cinematic. But don't go anywhere. I've saved my favorite example for last, and it's easily the most impressive one yet. Now let's try a character-focused scene. A detective walking through a foggy street lit by vintage streetlights. Make sure character is selected, then click Generate. Once the prompt is ready, copy the JSON output and paste it into Google Flow. For this test, I'm switching to Veo 3.1 because I want to compare its performance with the previous model. Everything is set, so let's click Generate. Now here's the real question. Can it deliver realistic character movement, cinematic lighting, and a believable atmosphere? Let's watch the final video. You might be surprised by the results. The final result looks fantastic. Right away, you'll notice the cinematic film noir visuals, rich fog effects, and smooth character movement create an immersive detective atmosphere. Dynamic camera work and a soulful jazz soundtrack bring the entire scene to life. And we're not done yet. In the next example, I'll show you a completely different style that pushes this AI even further. Now let's try a B-roll focused scene. Type here: a drone flying between modern skyscrapers at sunrise, golden light reflecting off glass buildings. Make sure B-roll is selected, then click Generate. Once the prompt is ready, copy the JSON output and paste it into Google Flow. Here's copy my settings. Let's watch the final video. The final shot looks incredible. Golden hour lighting and realistic city reflections create a stunning cinematic look, while the FPV drone perspective adds an intense sense of speed and motion. Dynamic drone sound effects complete the experience, making the entire sequence feel fast, immersive, and cinematic. Now let's test the fifth option, motion graphics. This time, I'll enter the prompt, animated world map highlighting countries as the story progresses. Click Generate, then copy the JSON prompt and paste it into Google Flow. As always, set the duration to 10 seconds, then copy my settings and click Generate. But here's what I'm curious about. Can it create smooth, professional motion graphics that are actually usable for documentaries and explainer videos? Let's generate it and see how the final result turns out. The final output looks clean and professional. Crisp infographic visuals, a vintage map design, and smooth animations make the story easy to follow. Dynamic route transitions keep the video engaging, while subtle background music and synchronized sound effects give it a polished, documentary-style finish. Finally, let's test the last category, Stylized. This is the prompt I'll use. A city made entirely of colorful paper layers unfolding from a book. Click Generate, then copy the JSON prompt and paste it into Google Flow. For this test, I'm selecting the Omni model and leaving the rest of the settings at their default values. Now I'm really curious to see if it can turn this creative idea into something that actually looks cinematic. Let's generate it and check out the final result. The final result looks incredible. Warm cinematic lighting and detailed paper textures make the scene feel like a handcrafted work of art. Smooth pop-up animations bring the paper city to life, while realistic paper-folding sound effects create a satisfying ASMR-style experience. Now here's the interesting part. What if you could turn those AI-generated videos into full-length talking videos using a realistic AI avatar for free? That's exactly what I cover in my next tutorial. Click the video on your screen, and I'll walk you through the complete process step by step. And yeah, I'll see you there.